Tony Hovater, a Nazi sympathizer, has lost his part-time job as a restaurant cook. George Etheredge for The New York Times. A Nazi sympathizer who was profiled recently in The New York Times and his wife and brother-in-law have lost their jobs, after the article prompted an outpouring of hostility to the restaurant that employed them, both he and the restaurant said. The Times article depicted Tony Hovater, 29, as an otherwise unremarkable person who voices casually approving remarks about Hitler, disdain for democracy and belief that the races are better off separate. He is active in a group called the Traditionalist Workers' Party. Organizations that track extremist groups have called it a hate group, allied with neo-Nazis, and call its views white supremacist, a label it rejects. Mr. Hovater, his wife, Maria, and her brother had worked at 571 Grill and Draft House, near their home in New Carlisle, Ohio, a suburb of Dayton. Mr. Hovater worked at the restaurant as a part-time cook for a little over a year, according to a manager there. Though the Times article did not mention the restaurant, Mr. Hovater had identified himself as a welder by trade. People appalled by his views learned that he worked there and began calling and leaving messages. The manager, who asked that his name not be used out of fear for his safety, said that there were dozens of angry, crude and threatening messages and that employees were scared. In a brief telephone interview, Mr. Hovater said, "They decided to can me." In a text message exchange, Mr. Hovater added, "We are moving because of safety reasons." The restaurant gave a slightly different account in a statement it released on Wednesday, saying that because of the threats, he suggested that we release him from employment. Supporters have contributed more than $6,000 to the Hovaters through a site that caters to extremists on the right.